Yo, I'm Jay Beershank. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're here for another edition of Journal Talks, where we go into my journal, open to a random page, and we talk about it. What are we going to talk about today? I don't know, and that's the beauty of this series. It's up to fate, it's up to the journal. I have this thing on my head to keep my hair out of my face, because I'm growing my hair back out. If you look at the early book review videos, you'll see I had long hair, but one day, I woke up with this need to be reborn, so I cut all my hair off. It was an impulse decision. And now I'm growing it back out, but the time between when you can pull it back and put it in like a bun and the time now that I'm in, it can just be annoying and gets in my face and stuff, so I have to keep that on my face. But that's aside from the point. Today I'm gonna zoom around on the motorbike. I don't have to work for a couple days, and I love zooming around the motorbike here in Thailand. I feel like the rule is, as long as you don't put anybody else in danger, you can do whatever you want. You just zoom in everywhere. I love it. So that's what I'm gonna do today. But first we're gonna do this. What are we gonna talk about? Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Here we go, baby. So, this one, day 13 on Kota Kiev Island, January 9th. The name of the entry, Holy Foolery. If you don't know, I have a tattoo right there. It says Holy Fool. That tattoo, for me, let's talk about that. The tattoo for me, I love Dostoevsky. If you look at my book review section on this YouTube channel, you'll see that I've read every Dostoevsky novel, basically, that I could find. And a theme that Dostoevsky really idolizes and kind of puts in this like lofty tier is the holy fool archetype. It's kind of like this person who is passionate beyond realistic measure, so passionate about something that they're almost blinded by conviction to this sense of purpose or something. And that's usually expressed like in the Orthodox Christian idea, like they're a fool for God, like they just follow God's teachings and the teachings of the Bible and like their faith so fearlessly that even if it makes them look foolish, they don't mind. Because even if the common man sees what they're doing as foolish or silly, they know in their heart that what they're doing is right, so they're a holy fool. And so I got this tattoo after reading all those novels, but to me it's more than just like the Orthodox Russian Christian Dostoevsky holy fool. It's like, I think of the Joker or the Jester or like the Fool on the Hill, if you've heard that Beatles song. And I think of it more like you have to be humble before you can be powerful, and you have to be grounded before you can fly. So what I mean by that is, you know, to be truly wise or truly powerful, at first you have to understand that as humans we have the ability to express and feel all emotions and all states of being, and to try to live exclusively in one world, I think, is really the only evil you can do yourself. So by being a holy fool and acknowledging that I can have fun and I can be foolish and I can be silly and I can express myself in any kind of way I want, because life to me is just a holy foolery. It's a dance between conviction, real, fake, material, immaterial, serious, joke. It's all just kind of a dance. So the holy fool is kind of like a dance metaphor for me. It's like just kind of dancing through life with a smirk, and but still holding my convictions, which is the holy part, but still having fun with life and dancing around in it, and you know, making it enjoyable for everybody around me, which is the foolish part. So yeah, that's kind of both sides of it. And I definitely resonate with the side of like holding true to my convictions, even if it makes me look silly in the face of the world. You know, like people don't understand why I do what I do or why I am who I am, but I'm going to do it anyway because I'm convicted within the belief that it's good to be myself and express myself how I want to in every moment, no matter what, as long as I'm not hurting anybody else. So I'm a holy fool, I guess. I think it's a cool tattoo, I really do. It's the first tattoo I ever got. I got this tattoo and Pacified Centralist tattoo. I'll explain that one later on another day, because that's a whole other thing. Okay, Holy Foolery, January 9th, day 13 on Koh Kiev. Koh Kiev is a Cambodian island I worked on for 2 months. You can check the vlog of that. I was there from January until March. Go check it out. January, February, March. Worked the past 2 days. Yesterday I worked all day to help Aurelia, a British girl, spend the night with her friend. Working means that I was behind the bar. The way that this place worked was like everything went through the bar. So if you were checking in, if you were buying food, if you were checking out, if you were, you know, any kind of thing you could possibly want or need from the staff while you were staying at this Koh Kiev 10103 bungalow place would go through the bar. So working means I was just standing behind the bar, you know, drinking my coffee, taking orders, doing random stuff, talking to the people. It was so much fun because you just sat there and people are coming and going, and there's just always so many different kinds of people and so many different kinds of like energies, and it was so much fun. And it's so laid back, you don't have any pressure on you, you know. If someone's like tapping on the counter in a hurry, you can just be like, yo dude, chill, we got a lot of stuff going on here, everything's gonna happen, you know, accordingly, don't worry. You know, obviously you do it with a good customer service air, but still it's like, come on man, don't worry about it, we're just going through the motions, you know, take a seat, take a breather, turn around and look at this beautiful view. The bar looked straight out into the most beautiful bay with a beach and the sunset right there in front of it at around like 4 or 5 o'clock. You get this beautiful red pink sunset, and it was just crazy, crazy beautiful place. Right in the middle of the jungle basically. You're on the beach, but the jungle is just surrounding the whole bar, and it's just like beautiful. So when I say I worked all day, I just sit behind the bar all day and, you know, worked it, just chilled and enjoyed my life. Amazing working there. Aurelia was a British girl who I worked with. I really enjoy being on shift, being a host, bartender, and friend to all. Friend to all, seriously, that was probably the biggest, most important part of the job. It's just communicating with the customers, talking to them, hanging out with them, you know, meeting them and giving them a good experience of being in, well, they're already having a good experience, but giving them a good communal experience, because they're by themselves in this beautiful, amazing place. But if they can be by themselves in this beautiful, amazing place with other people who are just radiating, it just makes the experience so much more, right? It can bring that out of them. So, you know, it was all about just smiling and loving the people to get them to love themselves, you know. So friend to all. Some beautiful women have come to the island. Yeah, there's a lot of beautiful women, that's for sure. Some beautiful women have come to the island. I could spend illustrious or passionate, depending on whose advocate you'd like to be, time here. What I meant there was if you want to be a devil's advocate or an angel's advocate. It can be illustrious if you want to be the devil's advocate and say that like spending time with women sexually is bad, or passionate if you want to be the angelic advocate and say that, oh, spending time with women is passionate and tantric and lovemaking and sensual and beautiful. But I was kind of playing with myself there because of like the interpretation. You can interpret your life in any way you want, which really determines how you create your life and see everything that's going on within it, because like you create your own reality in that way. So it's just like how you interpret it defines your experience. So I was just messing with myself because I think that's so funny, like life is whatever you make it, and that's what I was joking about there. Like, what do you want it to be, Jay? What do you want? And I didn't know what I wanted at that point, and I still don't. Maybe I'm a little bit hesitant to get sexual after my primal, hot, beastly sex on Christmas. Yeah, on Christmas I met this woman in Krabi, Thailand, and it was just like a dirty sexual experience. I don't know why, maybe I was like inclined to like have my first travel sex experience, because like I've been traveling solo like off and on for the past like 3 years, and I had never really had any sex or had like relationship with a woman. And I think like at this point I was just like yearning for it. So I met some guys at a hostel and went out to the bar on Christmas, and there was this woman in there, and we made eye contact right when she came in, and I just kind of was like, yep, it's gonna happen tonight on Christmas. And we had some dirty lovemaking outside, like in the middle of a park. It was very trashy, but like it was primal and hot and sexy, but it was just like so unnecessary and trashy. But it's not bad or anything. I mean, but after I did that, I was reluctant to like really look at women sexually anymore because I was kind of disgusted with myself. I was like, God, Jay, you're just a beast. So unnecessary giving into these dirty indulgences. That's a theme with me on Christmas. But I'm becoming very comfortable and able to really relax, thrive, and flourish. And of course, when that happens, none of the apprehensive fallacies are in play, just a natural resonance with the flow. So what I was saying here is like, even if I was reluctant to get sexual after that, when I'm starting to feel really comfortable and natural in a place, like none of those mind games really matter. And like if I meet someone and we have a deep connection, then I'm not gonna let any of that BS get in the way of us having a beautiful time together. So that's what I meant there. Like, you know, you could be stuck in your mind until you start to flow, then it doesn't fucking matter what's, you know, going on up here. It just matters what's going on out here, right? So that's what I was saying there. But that's funny that I put that in here. Apprehensive fallacies, I think that's a cool way to think of it. So when you're apprehensive, you're like kind of hesitant to do something, and a fallacy is a idea that is based on a lie. So when you're hesitant to do something because of an idea that's based on a lie, apprehensive fallacy. It's a great word quote. And of course, when that happens, none of the apprehensive fallacies are in play, just a natural resonance with the flow. I'm awakening to how healthy it can be for me here. Eating very clean, beautiful routine, no shoes, social and high vibrational environment. So my first like couple weeks on Kota Kiev, I was really kind of struggling because I felt like I was in a hedonistic like paradise, because it's just like a tropical, beautiful island, no rules, nothing that could stop you from doing anything you want to do. I was living there completely for free. All I had to do was work behind the bar, which I felt like was like too good to be true, because like I said before, the job was so easy and fun. So I was like really struggling with like this idea of like, is it good for me to be here, or am I giving in to more dirty, indulgent pleasures by just living this such easy, beautiful life? But I guess here, by 2 weeks, I was realizing that it was healthy, and it really, really was. Like, you know, just every day I woke up at a good time. I would go out, and there was a calisthenics gym. When I say calisthenics gym, there was like a tree that had another tree going across the top that I could do pull-ups, and it was like used as a bar, and like a little like DIY dip set, like a, you know, a V, so I could do dips on it. And I had like a little backpack that I put some weights in, and I was just doing so much crazy good calisthenics workouts and every day, and eating so good. I didn't eat any processed food the whole time I was there, only oh, so good. I'd eat a lot of meat because like when I was on shift and the kitchen would mess up an order, I'd eat the order that got messed up, and that would usually contain meat. But when I'd cook for myself, it would just be rice, egg, and raw vegetable, and I eat that twice a day. Or maybe like a fruit salad with some yogurt, and it was just like, oh, I felt so healthy after the 2 months. I still do, it's still like radiating out of me, but I'm slowly becoming less healthy. But I'm getting back on my routines though. Since I'm in this apartment for a month now, I'm really getting back on the routine of eating good and fasting and waking up early with the meditations and stuff. I've been doing that for about 5 days now, and I'm already starting to feel way better. But yeah, so, and yeah, it was really social. That was another thing. It's like here in this apartment, I can like, you know, go a while without really talking to anybody. Like maybe like short little interactions, because I try to be like social and, you know, love the community and love the people I see in the world. So I'll wave to people and joke with people here and there, but not really get intimate with people, you know, and really get to know them and open myself up. So the thing about this place is I was stuck with these people for long periods of time, and they'd get to know me because I was the bartender and I was working behind the bar, and there was also like staff who I'd, you know, be staying with for like months on end, and they got to know me really well, and it was impossible to hide from these people. I mean, you know, for a little bit, but impossible to hide like my feelings and who I was. So it was like really great for me to open up to the world and open up to people. So that's what I meant by like high vibrational social environment. Just everyone was accepting, list out good people that just wanted to talk and get to know you with like no expectations, and you know, it was so beautiful, really good for me in a lot of ways. Yesterday I instinctively lied out of a weird fight or flight reaction. I felt wildly remorseful and came clean to Chris 10 minutes after to uphold my pride and honor. Oh yeah, I remember this. that was the end of it right there. I just wanted to, I wanted to make sure that I didn't forget that I lied, I guess. But yeah, what this was there was a box underneath the bar that had weed in it and like cigarettes and tobacco. And I was under the impression that the staff could smoke weed out of this box for free. And one day, I guess like this day, Chris came to me and he was like, hey man, did you smoke some of the weed inside of that box? And I immediately got like worried and scared like a child, like I was gonna get in trouble. So I like lied, no, I didn't smoke it, I didn't smoke it. But really I did. It was like I smoked like 0.2 grams out of a bag. And it was like such a small amount, and he wouldn't have cared even at all. He was just curious if I did, but I lied about it just because I was like, I don't know, I just felt like scared and worried and like, I don't know, just like a child. So I lied, and I said I didn't smoke it. And he totally believed me and stuff. And then I was like, and I remember right when I did it, I was like, oh, he totally knows I'm lying. He totally knows I'm lying. But either way, so I just stuck by it. And then like 10 minutes later, I was just, the whole 10 minutes, I was just like in my head like, you dumbass, why did you lie? Just be honest, be transparent, you're making yourself weak, you're crumbling the foundation of your character. I was like, oh God, how can I make this up? How can I rebuild the foundation that I've chiseled away? So I was like, okay, I gotta go tell him. So I went up to him and I was like, hey man, I just want to respect you as a man, and I need to refortify myself here, so I gotta tell you I just lied. He's like, lied about what? I lied about smoking the weed. He's like, really? Didn't even know you lied. And it was so funny because in my mind I was like beating myself up because he totally knows you lied, he totally knows you lied. And that's not the biggest reason why I came clean, but it was part of it probably. Either way, so he's like, yeah, I didn't even know you were lying, it's no big deal, man, just don't do it again. Whatever. And like we shook hands and it was all good, and I felt really good about coming clean. But then for the next like month and a half, every time that he was like trying to dig at me, he'd be like, he'd reference when I lied. He'd be like, yeah, well at least I didn't lie. And I'd be like, fuck, it hurts so bad. It made me feel like such a child every time he referenced that. But yeah, I felt good about coming clean. And I think that even if you come clean, and even if you do things in your life that are wrong and you make up for them, even if when you think about them it makes you feel weak, just remember and stand by the fact you did the right thing. That's the most important. Always do the right thing. And like we always talk about in my YouTube channel here, there's the meta morality, you know? There's what we know is right. And coming clean after you lie, we know that's right. Always, no matter what. No ifs, ands, or buts around it. So yeah, that's Holy Foolery. I guess the Holy Foolery had to do with the fact that I lied, holy fooling, because then I came clean, which made me look stupid because I admitted to me lying, but I knew it was right to do it, so that was holy. But the foolish part was lying and looking like a child. And the second Holy Foolery was having the primal dirty sex on Christmas. It was foolish because it was silly of me to do because I was giving into indulgent pleasures, but it was holy of me because I don't know, because I guess that then I used that to kind of slow me down in the future when I looked at women lustrously. So holy fooling there. And then maybe a little bit of holy fooling because I felt like I was foolish because I felt like I was, or holy because I felt like I was in this hedonistic pleasure and maybe I should leave. But then foolish because at the end of the day it's all on me, so it doesn't matter what I do as long as I stick true to my beliefs and my convictions and be a holy fool. That one might have been really, really hard to interpret, guys, but hey, this is Journal Talks, episode 5. If you watched it, thank you, I love you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay in the light, stay in the love, take it easy, stay safe. Peace.